Hello, everybody. How is everyone doing? Give me a moment here. I still need to get settled, you guys. I'm still in the middle of getting settled. I'm a little behind schedule, and that's mainly because I took a nap earlier and I woke up like 15 minutes before my next appointment, and I still had to like shower and stuff. So I'm a little behind, but stay with me, and that's okay. We need to give people some time to get in here, so I will be right back. Hold on, give me just a second. Okay. Hello, everybody. Happy new moon. The new moon partial solar eclipse. I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Tuesday to you. It is Tuesday, October 25th. And we are here and we are live. Don't worry if you are catching this after the fact of the live stream. This will be up later for your consumption. Yes. And we are going to be timestamping this. Now, in this session, we are going to be doing a new moon reading, yes, but also this is also specifically geared towards the partial solar eclipse that we have going on today, this evening. Unfortunately for us in the Americas, we're not going to be able to see it. This is something that's more for the Eastern world to be able to see. So Russia, China, maybe a little bit of the UK and all that. Hello, Tamika. But that's okay. We are still under the effects of these energies, and I don't know about y'all, but there are some crazy things going on. I did a reading for the Patreon Collective this morning. Hello, Mama Piplup. Hello, Diamond Frost. I did a Patreon reading this morning. SM. Yeah. And so for those of you who don't know, well, I don't even really want to talk about it, but yes, SM, yes, hello, Alyssa. There is a possibility that she may turn up. I'm still holding out for that, so that's okay, but we don't have to talk about that right now. That's not what's important here. What was I talking about? Oh, I did do a reading for Patreon this morning. So if you're not on Patreon yet, I highly suggest that you guys get in there. Lots of extra messages that come through when the moment is right. It's a great way to support the channel. You also, with certain tiers, you get a discount on your readings if you would like to get a personal reading with me. So like either a 10% discount, a 20% discount, or you pay $55 a month for one tier, and that gets you everything on Patreon plus a reading with me, either a 30 second or a recorded freestyle reading. Normally those go for, just those readings alone go for $65. So yes, check that out. That is actually, that's $10 off the reading. And then you get all of the Patreon content, not only the new stuff, but all the old stuff. Now, I will say, if you are thinking about joining Patreon, you might want to wait until the 1st of November because you are going to be charged for the month we are in when you sign up, and then you're going to be charged on the 1st for the new month. So if you don't want to be double charged back to back like that, I would suggest waiting until the 1st, okay? But Patreon is a really great way to support the channel and also maybe potentially definitely get extra readings and potentially get a discount on your readings. Yes, hello you woman, you. So I did channel this message for the Patreon Collective. There is definitely an ending that's happening. The message that came through, I'm going to paraphrase it, but the title of that reading for Patreon was a clean slate. And I was definitely feeling an energy of, one of the first images I got was of a brand new garden bed that is fixed up and healed and spruced up. The soil within the garden bed has been refurbished, has been brought back to life. It is no longer anaerobic. And so in terms of gardening here, when you want to have, like when you're working with real true soil, healthy soil that you really don't even really need fertilizers all that much for, because it's got what it needs in there. It's got the nutrients, it's got the microorganisms to break down those nutrients and feed it to the plant. That can only happen when that soil is aerobic, meaning that it has oxygen in it. Because when it has oxygen in it, then all of the beneficial bacteria and fungi and microorganisms can grow and thrive and live within that soil, to live in symbiosis with the plant that helps feed the plant, and thus the plant grows. So the image that I was getting this morning with the collective feel for this eclipse is having that soil now have gone from anaerobic to aerobic, okay? And so that means it's healthy, it's brand new, it's fresh, and it's ready to be seeded. And that has to do with releasing of toxicities, okay? There's definitely a clean slate here. And for many of us, this could be in your relationships, in your interpersonal relationships, all right? So far in this live stream, I've seen 444 and 555, all right? I'm just putting that out there for anyone that would resonate with it, yes? So we're gonna get into these messages. I apologize if this seems too rushed, but I just realized that I only have another 44. I only have 44% battery life on my phone. So I'm gonna try and get through this before my phone dies. Anyway, so we're gonna start, we're gonna get this going. We're going to do with, yes, we're gonna do this by the elements. So fire is first. We're gonna do the fire signs first. Fire, air, earth, and then we're gonna go with water, all right? And so I'm just gonna pull some messages, whatever spirit needs you to hear right now, according to your element. I would absolutely recommend you lead with your rising sign, but of course, definitely watch your sun and moon signs as well. And as also, if this is having, particularly resonating in a relationship moment for you, or if you feel that in these energies, then definitely check out your moon sign, whatever that would be, earth, fire, air, or water, okay? What else? So I've been experiencing these eclipse energies. What do I consider Ophiuchus? I would go with water for Ophiuchus. Hi CJ, hi Brittany, and hello Queen Bee. So I've definitely been experiencing these eclipse energies through. Ultimately, I've been able to find a level of peace. At least I am today, in this moment, today I've been able to find a decent level of peace. And I feel like for many of us here, this could definitely represent some sort of emotional reset, okay? Emotional fortification, also maybe even emotional clarification for you. Things may be very clear right now. Suddenly you may just get the realizations or the understandings that you need to carry on in the best way forward. There also could be some sort of tower moments that are happening, or at least that will be happening over eclipse season. But I do feel like there is an energy here of having a clean slate and being ready to move on to the next. I have been experiencing some really wild and crazy dreams. Like really fucking wild, like way out of the ordinary wild. Like normally my dreams could be a little wild anyway, but this, there is a twinge of a darker tone to it. But I feel like that has to do with the endings of certain dark energies. And so some of your dream imagery right now, if it's particularly dark, morbid even, definitely gives you that feeling of a death, and subsequently, or ultimately, yes, subsequently a rebirth. I definitely feel like this has to do with the collective understanding here, what the collective is going through. It also is reflective of some sort of death that is happening for you in your physical life, and that in your dream state, that's being put into greater perspective to you, for you. You're seeing deeper into it. The other veil is pretty thin. It's going to be the thinnest on the 31st, obviously. Yes, of course. And also, even though I practice true sidereal astrology here, and in terms of that, the sun is still in the constellation of Virgo right now. Oh, is it? Yes, all through the month of October, the sun spends time in the constellation of Virgo. In terms of true sidereal astrology, the sun doesn't move into Libra until early November. I want to say within like the first week of November or something like that. So there's that, but also in tropical astrology, this is happening in Scorpio, okay? So I definitely feel that there's definitely some Scorpio energy going on in here. Unfortunately, I don't have the chart available to me right now. I will have it soon, but that's okay. So that's kind of a feeling. Yeah. I mean, it is Halloween season right now, you know, we have Halloween coming up this coming Monday, okay? So yeah, there's that energy as well, all right? So guys, excellent. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are able to ride these energies out as best you can, surf them out as best you can. We're gonna get into these messages here. And we are going to go by the elements, yes? All right, y'all. I'm gonna give this 2 more shuffles and then we're gonna get started for the collective here. Messages for the elements, for the new moon partial solar eclipse. Please, Spirit, thank you so much for bringing us together. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much for your guidance, your love, your care, your support, as always. Okay. Alrighty, so we're gonna start with the fire signs. Hello, fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So, 3 shuffles here for you, fire signs. Welcome to the new moon, also this partial solar eclipse, yes? All right, what messages do we have for this fire signs, for this new moon partial solar eclipse here? All right. And if you haven't done so, I would recommend after maybe you watch this part of the reading here and anything else that you, Kiki Thomas, thank you so much for that donation. Hello, Justin. I would recommend watching like the first 10 minutes of the video because I did talk about some things collectively, okay? But anyway, let's get into this. Fire signs. What messages do we have from the fire signs for this new moon partial solar eclipse? Fire signs, it feels like, it seems at this point you have definitely found a way to be happy. That is so crazy. You said 2 more. Okay. Okay. This is actually really good. So fire signs, like I was saying, there's a feeling here of you finding a way to be happy. You've gotten connected with a level of contentment, personal happiness, self-sufficiency, maybe. But this just feels like your personal happy space. I feel like you are, for some of you here, this could be settling into a level of happiness after some sort of turmoil. And this absolutely could resonate for you on an interpersonal level, whether this is family or friends, like a platonic situation, or a romantic, specifically a romantic situation. But also for some of you, I am picking up on this as some sort of friend situation, okay? A friend dynamic. It might be with someone that is specifically a friend of yours, or has been a friend of yours, was a friend of yours, or this is just the way that you relate to people in general, in your social circle, okay? But what you have here, fire signs, is the 9 of Cups, okay, which is that personal happy space for you. The World, see, they didn't even want me to pick this up. And now it's in reverse. Okay, good. The 9 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles both are reversed. Now, the 9 of Swords did not come out reversed, but I just dropped the card, and when I picked it up, it was reversed. So I'm going to take it that way, and it actually does make sense, because what I feel like this is representing here for you fire signs is you come to a level of peace. For some of you, it's that you've reached a level of peace because of a certain situation specifically, or you are able to find this peace. It's like you've got the channel on speed dial, or you've set some sort of marker so that you know how, or maybe it's that you are more proficient in finding this peaceful, happy, content state, even though things may be a little bit tumultuous or chaotic for you in your life right now. But honestly, generally speaking, fire signs, I feel like just about everybody's life has some sort of chaos going on in it right now, okay? Some sort of unsettledness, some sort of uncertainty. But ultimately, the Nine of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. Now, the Nine of Swords was upright at first, and there is a little bit of a message in that for you, fire signs. So I feel like you guys have been dealing with some sort of relationship, interpersonal relationship. Again, this could be with, I'm hearing specifically a family member. It could also be a specific friend, maybe a friend that you consider to be some sort of family to you. It could also be a specific romantic relationship that you have going on or have had going on, or it could be in general how you relate to your family or how you relate to your social group, socially, your community, or just people in general, and or romantically. Okay, it could be much more general for you than just a specific relationship. But you were in the past stressing out about something. Okay, the Nine of Swords. And what you were stressing out about, fire signs, was a lack of reciprocity in your relationships. And specifically what I'm picking up on you here is that you were feeling, the question here was, how do I make my situationship or my situations reciprocal? It could also be we're starting to realize just how lacking in reciprocity your relationships were. Okay, and that was causing you some sort of fear and or anxiety. Specifically, I'm getting with this Nine of Swords, yes, the fear is part of the realization of it, but mostly it's the question of freaking out about the question of, how do I fix this? How do I handle this? For some of you, this may have gotten really, really out of control. And it got to a point where it's like you didn't ever think you would be able to, or you didn't feel like a resolution or a way to fix or heal the situation could be found. Now, for some of you, you have been able to find a resolution and find peace here with these people and keep these relationships active. And if so, that's beautiful. But for others of you, this did absolutely turn out in you having to end the situation altogether. But ultimately, even though that may be the case, and yes, maybe you may have some mourning to do or grieving to do because of it, ultimately, I don't feel like you're grieving. Okay, what I literally was just about to say is, I don't feel like you're grieving at all, actually. But for some of you, maybe you are grieving, but you're not going to be grieving for long, or you didn't grieve for long. Because ultimately, whatever is closing out for you here is bringing you peace. And ultimately, that's what you're realizing. Your overall energy here, fire signs, is the Ace of Cups. Now, for some of you, this could absolutely have been some sort of tower moment in which the universe just came in and wrecked the shit. Or it imploded on its own, which ultimately could be a tower moment as well. But again, the effects of sadness involved in that situation don't last very long, or did not last very long, or will not last very long. Because ultimately the point here is that you are finding a greater level of peace with this, okay? I want to get some confirmation for you. Oh, also at the bottom of the deck, you do have the Ace of Cups, fire signs. This is bringing you grace. Okay, this is coming from a place of love. This is also coming from a place of self-love. For some of you, this could be realizing that what you had going on was a toxic situation, and you're not really grieving it so much because you are in a place of self-love. All right? Interestingly enough, fire signs, you have the Nine of Cups with this, and that's the Ace of Cups. The Ace to the 9 makes the 10. I feel like even if you are single or are ending up single because of what is changing in your life right now due to these eclipse energies, because this eclipse is really bringing us a clean slate. As I said in the very beginning of this session, it's cleansing the slate for us. You know, it's cleansing out the toxicity for us, or at least it's putting us into a position, setting us up for, setting the stage for, over the process of time of clearing out certain situations. So either this has happened for you already, or it's to come, and ultimately it feels good. I ultimately feel like you are at a blissful, euphorious, almost 10 of Cups type of energy right now, and that's beautiful. Now, I'm wanting to get some confirmation for you in this Six of Pentacles here, reversed, the lacking in reciprocity. What do the fire signs need to know about this lack of reciprocity here? The Moon in reverse. So there you go. That to me is illusions being, Illusions being broken. seeing past the veil, seeing past the illusion, maybe even seeing past the fear. This moon energy does feel like something has been or was revealed to you. The moon in reverse, okay, with that you do have the Knight of Pentacles. So something, specifically what I'm getting here, fire signs, is that something has been revealed to you. Whether someone actually did tell you the truth about something, or something happened that let you see what was really going on in the situation. Or maybe it could even be that somebody slipped up and didn't keep up with their masquerade, and that allowed you to see through the mask of what they were putting on, what kind of show they were putting on for you. And I don't even really feel like you may not have let the awareness that has come to you, you may not have let that be known. I don't feel like it was a moment where you realized it and you popped off, or you needed to say something about it, or you wanted to say something about it. I feel like you took that information and just said, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. I'm going to act accordingly. The Knight of Pentacles. For others of you, what this feels like here is what was hidden being revealed to you, that is ultimately allowing you to have an understanding of how to move forward. It may have allowed you to put a plan into place. You may have got a sufficient understanding of the situation, what was lacking in reciprocity for you. You may have gotten a sufficient understanding about the situation, something about the reality of that situation that is allowing you to move forward in a much more beneficial way, that is allowing you to have a plan, that may even be giving you the fortitude to see the plan through, or see the path ahead through, to fix, to heal, to alleviate, to rectify the situation for yourself. Overall energy is the Five of Wands. So there, and to be honest with you, fire signs, I'm picking up on energies of gaslighting, or maybe at least someone just not being completely truthful about their involvement, about how they feel, about what their position is, about who they are to you, blah, blah, blah. Or there just could be a differing of opinion between you and another person, or you and these people. But that's where the resolution is coming into. And for some of you here, I feel like what has really helped you is that you've come to the understanding that you guys really don't have to see eye to eye. You don't have to be friends. You don't have to agree with each other. Maybe what the realization has come to for you is that you don't need any sort of closure. You know what I mean? Because this Five of Wands could be an external conflict between you and other people, but it also could be a level of internal conflict, okay? But ultimately, what has been revealed to you here, the moon in reverse, is allowing you to move forward, okay? The world is next. I'm going to clarify the world for you, fire signs, because I feel like that will tell us a bit of what's to come next in this chapter for you, because you do have a completion of a situation, all right, where from here you have reached this completion, or you are coming to this completion, and then from here you can take the next steps with the Fool energy moving forward, right? You can leap, you can cross into the next cycle, you can take a leap of faith into the next whatever, okay? What's the world for the fire signs, please, Spirit? The Knight of Wands. Excitement, enthusiasm, vision even. The Hanged Man. And the Page of Swords, excellent. And then the Queen of Cups, very interesting. Emotionally secure, emotionally aware, emotional boundaries as well. Maybe you may even be feeling really intuitive right now. Your intuition may have really ramped up. Or at least you're just feeling connected. You're feeling guided. You feel like Source is guiding you here, or at least you have a stronger connection. Maybe you feel like your connection has come back, where it may have felt lost in the past. But with the world here, clarifying the world, you do have the Knight of Wands, Sagittarian energy, but it could also be any fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Feeling inspired, feeling guided, feeling ready to step back out there again, feeling enthusiastic. I also feel like fire signs, this has a lot to do with your ability to find a level of peace in the chaos. It's like you've dialed in that specific frequency. You have set that you have some sort of bookmark in this energy. You have found some sort of way to find it easier to click into that feeling, that space of contentment, happiness. This could also even be inspiration, feeling inspired because you know that the universe has your back in some way intrinsically, okay? You understand that at this point, okay? Knight of Wands to the Hanged Man. There has definitely been a change in perspective for you, fire signs. And quite frankly, whatever is changing in your life because of this change of perspective is exactly what you needed all along. So really what you've been going through, this Nine of Swords, Six of Pentacles in reverse type of energy, was a difficult or a tough situation, a situation that was lacking in reciprocity, but you were in that situation so that you could reach this change in perspective, because that's really what was needed here. It's not about anyone else. And that's also a part of the reason why you may be in that understanding of, I don't have to agree with somebody else, or they don't have to agree with me. It's really not even about that. It's about what my alignment is. It's about what my perspective is. It's about how I'm moving forward here. It's about my actions, what I'm doing here in my life to make things work for me. That's all of the change in perspective that you needed, fire signs, which is definitely a level of emotional awareness. Maybe you even could go as far as to say emotional maturity, okay? And then you have the Page of Swords here. So fire signs, I feel like you're in a moment right now where you're closing out these old cycles and you've got your eyes peeled for what's next to come. And I feel like that is an excellent place to be. Spirit is definitely encouraging you to stay there, okay? Take the next steps on your journey from this point, all right? Excellent, fire signs. I love this for you. Yeah, so there you go. There you have it. That's the message for you for this new moon partial solar eclipse. Yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you so much. I hope this was helpful for you. Yeah. All right, next are going to be the air signs. I really hope I can get through this without my phone dying, but we should be good. we should be good. No. Oh, it's too late. All right. All right, air signs is next. Hello, air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to the new moon partial solar eclipse here. Eclipse energies, man. I don't know about y'all, but I've been feeling them. I highly recommend that you guys, if you skipped and used the timestamps to, nope, haven't done water yet, Chris. Water is gonna be last. We've got air right now, then we're doing earth and then water, yes? If you used the timestamps to just skip to your message here, that is great. But I highly recommend that maybe you do consider watching the first 10 minutes of the video, because there are some things collectively that I do explain that are in terms of this energy for you here, air signs. But yeah, this is all about clearing the slate for the collective right now. So we're gonna give this one more shuffle for you. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And we'll see, what does this new moon partial solar eclipse here mean for you? What messages do we have for you, air signs? First card is the Page of Wands. And particularly, my eyes were drawn to the sun that's at the bottom of, that's at the bottom of this. When this card came out, I heard the sun. And air signs, with that, I feel like there is a certain level of inspiration you have received, a certain level of clarity, a certain awareness that you have gained recently, which we did talk about that. When did I talk about that? It was probably the last live stream that I did, which was for the full moon. And Aquarius specifically, I believe it was, the realization, like, so for example, for Aquarius, there was a message recently, one of the last messages that I recorded for Aquarius, probably the monthly reading for October, was you realize that you could only do so much, okay? Now that's just Aquarius. Of course, Libra and Gemini, that could resonate for you as well, but also it could be something else for Libra, Gemini, or just you, Aquarius, but it feels like there's some sort of illumination, some sort of awareness that you have come to, okay? The sun here, which is at the bottom of this wand that the page is holding. And it's from this place, this awareness that you've come to recently, air signs, that you are now basing your next steps of action. You were taking a stance from. It's like the sun, which would represent that new awareness that you've come to, is the foundation that this wand of power of yours, this new wand of power of yours is resting upon, or at least we could say is built upon, okay? Air signs. Knight of Pentacles. Very good. Very good. Uh-oh. Ace of Cups reversed. One more. But the King of Cups upright. Ooh! And then the Lovers. There you are, Gemini. But, okay. So what I get with this Ace of Cups reversed here, air signs, is that there's no love here, or someone is not providing love anymore, or someone is not providing the same level of love. Someone is not pouring into someone else's cup any longer. And that specifically feels like it is a conscious decision that you have chosen to make for your own betterment, for your own good, from your own self-awareness. And I feel like, air signs, you are being very, very mature in your stance here, because the last card you have is the King of Cups. And this, along with the Lovers, air signs, is another place where I'm feeling like you are stepping up and making a choice and taking action in terms of what's best for you. There is a level of emotional maturity involved with this situation, or involved in terms of the place from which you are making this decision. And it's very foundational. It has a good foundation. Again, the sun. They're not going to lie to you, because the King of Cups is described as a very righteous individual, maybe even self-righteous individual or energy, but I do feel a level of righteousness here. There is something about the choice that you have made and the passion that is behind it, air signs, that is a little self-righteous. Like, I feel like, and maybe this is just because you've overcome a great deal of oppression in some way, but it feels like you have the upper hand here and you're really enjoying that. I don't feel, and maybe this is not you. Maybe you are cross-watching for an air sign, and maybe that person is really being overly self-righteous, or is really really yucking this up right now. Or maybe it's you. I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing. I don't feel like you're trying to be vindictive per se. I don't necessarily feel like you're really trying to rub it in someone's face, but you can't help enjoy it when the reality of your situation and the choice that you've made because of it shows itself in plain sight, and you don't even have to really even work for it to happen. It's just naturally playing out, and it does feel like it's playing out in your favor. You know what I mean? Like, it's that level of enjoyment. Also, there could just be a level of true excitement here for you, because you know you're making the right decision for yourself, and you're going in the right direction. And not only do you know you're going in the right direction, but that's further being confirmed because it feels so good. There is a strong level of passion, of excitement, of exuberance. I do kind of want to say a little bit to kind of keep that contained a little bit, because this does feel like kind of an adolescent type energy. And with that, it feels like it could burn out pretty easily, or you could easily overdo it because you're not so familiar with how to keep it contained and then burn yourself out. I just want to caution you against burning yourself out. And also, when I say an adolescent energy, I don't mean someone as being immature. I feel like this is a new thing. This is a new choice. This is a new cycle, okay? Very much like the Page of Pentacles. You know how I like to say with that, you could potentially find yourself in a new physical reality in which you have to, put your training wheels back on a little bit just to get your footing until you get comfortable. You get your sea legs, I guess we could say. It's similar to this Page of Wands energy. All right, even if it's just in the mechanics of it, if that makes sense. How to work with this energy, all right? Let's talk about this Ace of Cups in reverse for the air signs here. What's this Ace of Cups in reverse for the air signs? Woo! Woo! The Four of Cups. Straight up and down, just not wanting to be involved. Lacking in enthusiasm. Some of you actually were quite bitter. Definitely getting a level of bitterness with this Four of Cups here. And it's mainly has to do with how this person is illustrated. It feels like this person, or kind of looks like this person might be scowling, maybe looking over at somebody out of a level of jealousy. Okay, I am definitely seeing someone being jealous here. Four of Cups. But if there was a level of jealousy for you here, air signs, I feel like what I'm hearing is not for lack of good reason. Even though jealousy is a pretty ugly energy to express or be in, it's still a part of our consciousness. So there's a reason behind it. There's a meaning for it. And I do feel like once you guys realized that you were jealous of something, you were like, oh God, that's gross. Let me change this somehow. And that's good. Ultimately, you did the right thing there. But I feel like some of you, especially in terms of if you were trying to help somebody, trying to be there for somebody, some of you were getting resentful because you were watching someone over in the distance doing something, and that somehow was a direct affront to what you guys were doing in your relationship, or how it is you were trying to help this person, or how it is you were trying to relate with each other. Like you were relating with this person in one specific way, and then you were watching them go out and do something different with someone else. And not that they can't have a relationship with someone else, but there's something specific about the nature of your relationship with them, and then how you were watching them express themselves outside of your relationship with them. And so in some way, that was generating a level of resentment and contention. It was driving a wedge between the two of you. It was creating a level of friction. But ultimately, air signs, it feels like what helped to relieve this situation, once you really realized, understood what was going on here and how it was actually affecting you, that's when you decided to pull this love back. Ace of Cups reversed. And it seems and feels like that could have been the best thing for you to do. You may have been in a really mature place, or be coming from a mature place of saying to yourself, I'm watching this happen, Four of Cups, and it's making me resentful. This is not healthy. I need to separate from this. That is awesome, air signs. Okay, clarifying this Ace of Cups here. Five of Pentacles. Oh my God, Queen of Pentacles. You've got to be kidding. Page of Swords. And the Moon. Ooh, and the Ace of Swords, air signs. You better get it. Okay, so look, I'm literally reading this as very specifically, this MF over here, this motherfucker over here wants to come at me, talk about how they all destitute and all that bullshit, or how they need my help, or how they need services, or they can't do this, that, and the third for themselves. But then they can go out there and yuck it up while I'm sitting here trying to help them. There was some sort of discrepancy between what someone was telling you and how it was they were presenting themselves and their lives to you. Okay. How it was they were presenting themselves and their lives to you and the circumstances they're in. And we're asking for your assistance in some way. But then just to turn around and go back out there and just keep doing the same things, or living the same way, or getting involved in the same circumstances that put them in the place for them to ask you for help to begin with. Something happened that I feel like made you suspicious of the situation. You started to you at least decided that you were going to investigate because something wasn't right here. Okay, you have the Ace of Cups reversed, clarified by the Four of Cups, to the Five of Pentacles, to the Queen of Pentacles, to the Page of Swords, and then the Moon. Something wasn't right. Somebody wasn't telling you the whole story, the horror story, yikes. Somebody wasn't telling you the whole story. Somebody wasn't being honest about their situation. Someone wasn't being exactly clear about the situation. For some of you, this was just somebody was actually not being completely honest about what was going on here and was taking advantage of you. Either way, this Queen of Pentacles felt like, or got wind of the fact that she or he was being taken advantage of. And the Queen of Pentacles, this doesn't have to be a woman, this could also be a man, but the Queen of Pentacles energy, or the Queen of Pentacles archetype, is one of an individual who is abundant, who is caring, who is nurturing, and who is very practical and down to earth, and is 100% willing to help you, to give you, to help provide you with the resources and the tools that you need to succeed. But she is not going to let you suckle off of her energy and not pull your own weight somehow. Not to say that she's so transactional that in that sense. I mean, she could be. She absolutely could be. If you want to look at it that way, she could literally be like, yeah, I'll help you, but you know, you've got to pay for it. You got to pay for it somehow. Okay, but it also could be way more compassionate than that. Maybe you don't pay with physical possessions. Maybe you pay with some sort of input, some sort of contribution. Whether, like, I don't know, cleaning the house or doing the lawn or doing the, I don't know, something that would, you know, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, but it doesn't have to be so lacking in feeling. It could be on a compassionate level as well. But it's kind of an energy of like, there are no free lunches, which, but okay, that's kind of what it feels like, right? Okay. But somehow, some way, this Queen of Pentacles here, it feels like a creditor. She could be a creditor in some way. That's how the energy could be showing up for you. But either way, she felt like she was being taken advantage of. And she was like, let me figure this out. Let me find out. Let me find out real quick. Well, looks like she found out. Ace of Swords is at the bottom of the deck. And so because she found out, or because you found out about the reality of the situation, you figured something out for yourself, could very well be that you just got to a point where it was like you were tired, sick and tired of feeling resentful and whatnot, whatever. Hello, R. You were sick and tired of feeling resentful and you were just like, this is toxic, this is not healthy, I'm gonna do the right thing and cut my care and nurturance from this situation. Ultimately, you did it. No, this is air signs. I started with fire signs. Okay. Air signs, what I want to say is you did the right thing, ultimately. Ultimately, you have done the right thing. Don't let this person gaslight you. I do feel like you found something out. I am actually wanting to clarify. Let's clarify the King of Cups, excuse me. Clarify the King of Cups for the air signs, please. Oh, the Two of Cups. Yeah, this was a relationship between you and someone else. It could be romantic. It could also be platonic. And if it was platonic, there was some sort of agreement here is what I'm picking up on. There was an agreement. Either this was a romantic agreement. Shit, you may have, I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate. Maybe it was a romantic agreement, or maybe it was an agreement that you made with someone that you have a romantic relationship with in some way. Or this was just an agreement between two people, a meeting of the minds, or, well, yes, a meeting of the minds, or connecting with each other on some sort of emotional level that had you in a level of agreeance. King of Cups here. Temperance is next. Yeah, air signs, you definitely had to defend yourself somehow. This also could be, you could be cross-watching for an air sign and you resonate with this part of the situation. Just take it as it resonates, it's a general reading. All right, but you have the King of Cups here, which is representing some sort of emotionally mature move, okay? With this King of Cups, you have the Two of Cups, Temperance, and the Knight of Swords. Gemini energy again, okay? But it could represent, oh, we have all kinds of Gemini energy here. We had the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. We also have the Page of Swords here, which is that Sentry seeking energy. Then we have the Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. Excellent. We are in air, that's true. But anyway, there was a need for balance. There was a need for balance here. And with this Knight of Swords energy, air signs, I really do feel like you had to defend yourself somehow, or you had to cut something. There was some sort of cord cutting process that you went through, that you had to go through. You absolutely had to do it. For your own safety, for your own health and well-being, damn it, for your own damn sanity. Overall energy was the high priestess. There is an intuitive level to this. There is a level of maybe all of the evidence is not physically seen, or maybe is not to be seen, but somehow, some way you know, whether it's just your intuition, you consider it just to be your intuition, or it's like a connection with your higher self, your connection with the universe, your guides, your way showers. Your guides, your way showers, and all of that are connected. You're very much connected. You have the info. And what I want to say here is don't allow anyone else to do not allow these people or this person that you are separating from, that you have cut this cord from, to gaslight you. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Ultimately, you know that you are making the right decision for yourself. And even if it really isn't that bad, even maybe if that person really isn't doing anything all that bad, if you know that within you, there is something that is being triggered here and it's really making it difficult for you to continue with this circumstance, this situation, this agreement, I definitely feel like this is the right choice for you to make. There is some sort of emotional maturity that you are expressing at this point. And this is why I want to tell you not to let them gaslight you, because you are expressing some sort of emotional maturity here in terms of how you're handling this situation. Okay. And it's all out of the need for balance, and maybe even balance and reciprocity, they're saying. Okay. Temperance. All right, air signs. That's what I've got for you. Thank you so much. I hope this resonates with you. And I hope that was helpful for you, yeah? Coolio, yo. Okay, I'm going to pause for just a second. And then we're gonna get into the earth signs and then the water signs. Yes? Excellent. So bear with me, stay right there. Give me I just need 30 seconds. I will be right back. Okay, we are back in. Let me check on my battery. Oh, we're good. We're good. We're good. Oh. Oh. Yes. Yes. Okay. Shit. Oh, I could have done that with. Oh well. Sorry, guys. Total sidebar. Hi, Laura. All right, guys. We are continuing with this new moon, partial solar eclipse energy for the elements. Next is Earth. All right. Hello, Earth signs. Taurus, Gemini, I'm sorry, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Interesting. I just did the air signs, so maybe that's that Floridian slip. But somebody may be having something going on with Gemini. You may have Gemini in your chart. You may want to check out the air signs. Someone may be dealing with a Gemini Taurus connection. Okay. But yes, all right. So for the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Now, in terms of true sidereal astrology, which is what we practice here on Divine Conversations, the sun is technically in the constellation of Virgo right now. So this may be hitting certain Virgos pretty distinctly. This could just be a Virgo type, Virgonian, I want to say, type of cleanup of a situation for you. I definitely recommend that if you have not watched the first 10 minutes of this video, you just use the timestamps to skip forward. I highly recommend that you go watch those first 10 minutes because there was a little bit of a collective discussion that we had. But for the earth signs here, collectively, we're moving into a time period or a reality of a clean slate, okay? A clean slate, excuse me. So take that in mind, keep that in mind. 2 more shuffles, okay. One last shuffle for my earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. What's going on for them in this new moon, partial solar eclipse energy here? Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands, and the Moon. Okay, the Moon has been coming up for all 3 signs. Oh, I'm sorry, all 3 elements, okay? Okay. Okay. All right, earth signs. So the first thing that I got for you here, 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands, is that you are in some way realizing how some sort of communal situation, how it has been oriented, how it has been standing lately, or maybe even the stance you have taken in it, the responsibility, the ownership you have assumed in terms of some sort of collective energy. This might be familial, okay, has been burdening you. You've been overburdened by this. All right, you're in a place right now where you're facing the illusion surrounding this. From there, you have the Moon to the 7 of Cups. And what I feel like is happening here, earth signs, particularly Virgo, is what I wanted to say is, I feel, or maybe it's Virgo, or maybe it's just, you know, this Virgo energy of the sun, technically in terms of true sidereal astrology, the sun being in the constellation of Virgo right now, which could be influencing this level of cleanup. Okay, because I do feel like however it is we are entering into a clean slate right now, we're doing it on a very conscious level, all right? So this is influencing you to clean up your act or clean up your space or clean up your surroundings and or your situations. So for you earth signs, I feel like you're at a moment right now where you're consciously facing the illusion in front of you. And what I want to say is you are choosing to do it at this time. You may have finally gotten to a point where you are in an understanding of the Lovers is your overall energy at the bottom of the deck. Again, Gemini energy, okay? So some of you may actually be dealing with a Gemini, or maybe you have Gemini in your chart somehow. But, and to be honest with you, this could even resonate with the air sign reading, okay? But you have reached a point, earth signs, where you're consciously allowing yourself to accept that maybe you may have taken on too many responsibilities somehow, or maybe you have been showing up in the collective or for the collective or certain people in a way that has not suited you, that has not been beneficial to you. You are finally, there it is, you're finally, for some of you, and maybe this is for a Taurus, you're finally accepting the fact that maybe you need to release some of the burden, some of the ways that you are burdened by this. So maybe that could be lightening your load ever so slightly or in certain ways. It also could resonate as you maybe choosing to leave a certain relationship and or association behind. Your loyalty is a thing here. And so that also could really resonate with Taurus, but it's not necessarily just loyalty, even though I did hear that specifically just now. But this energy also feels like your levels of commitment, your ability to commit to something or the commitment you have made. It's that very committed energy that is representative of earth energy, okay? You may be reassessing this commitment, reassessing this association, wondering if there's really a better outcome possible and or involved here, and how to get it, how to go about achieving that better outcome. And that better outcome could very well be releasing yourself from some level of burden, okay? I want to clarify the moon for you. Clarify the moon for the earth signs, please. Okay, so first thing that I'm feeling here is the moon is influencing a level of awareness. I love that the moon is coming out here because not only are we talking about energies surrounding a new moon, but also we have an eclipse, which involves the sun and the moon. Okay. What I'm feeling, even before this card came out, I was feeling like the moon is influencing you, asking you, in some cases is forcing you, or maybe you're perceiving it as it's forcing you, it's really pushing you, it's really driving you to look at something. It's driving you to make a change. It's driving you to take a leap of faith. The first card to clarify the moon here is the Fool. Clarify the moon, please. For the earth signs. Page of Wands. Definitely could be dealing with an air sign. Could have Gemini in your chart. Could be dealing with a Gemini here. Could have any sort of air placement in your chart, because the Page of Wands did come out for the air signs, and that was one of the main energies for air signs, okay? But the moon is, oh boy. You could also be dealing with a Cancerian. You could have Cancer in your chart. We haven't done water yet. Ooh, and then overall energy is the Five of Swords. So the moon here is either influencing you to look at something deeper, and or maybe during this energy you are able to see deeper into a situation, see past the veil, see past the illusion, and it is influencing you to take a leap of faith. It's inspiring you to take a leap of faith. It may even be inspiring you to achieve a certain level of mental, physical, and or emotional health. The Chariot. There's something about you getting into a better alignment. And it could even be that your mental health would be healed, or you could go through a process of healing your mental and or emotional and maybe even physical health by releasing some of the burdens that you're investigating here, you're looking into here. Okay, overall energy is the Five of Swords. I'm not trying to say that these situations and or associations are really all that bad, but it could at its basis, it could just be that the way you are involved, the position you hold, the stand that you hold, the stance that you hold, the responsibilities that you hold, the commitment that you may have made that puts you in this particular position in terms of this situation is not beneficial to you, is detrimental to you, is depleting you, is sabotaging you. There could be a level of self-sabotage going on here. The Ten of Wands could also even represent your own requirements. All of the different things that you hold, all of the specific ways that things have to be for you to be happy, or for you to be in this relationship or in this situation or circumstance. Okay, what's the Seven of Cups here for the earth signs? The Empress in reverse. Ooh-wee. Again, also keep in mind, guys, this is a general reading, so you could be cross-watching for an earth sign and still resonate with this energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be the earth sign. This could be the way that you are involved with the earth sign. All the excuses you've made to stay at this job and not just be self-employed. Exactly. Exactly. You do have the Empress in reverse. For some of you here, I'm feeling a manipulative energy. I'm feeling like like an Empress type energy, but who's manipulative about it. I feel like this also could be a level of someone not being as nurturing as they possibly could be, or someone overgiving. not having the proper boundaries and thus being depleted. And I feel like part of what you're investigating right now, earth signs, is how maybe you have been depleted in this situation, or how maybe you have been overly enabling in this situation, okay? Or maybe even how you may have had lack of boundaries. Quiet quit, I love that. Okay, clarifying the 7 of Cups here for you, for the earth signs. Yep. 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups. And it may ultimately be to the 4 of Swords. It may ultimately be, earth signs, that you're realizing that you are giving too much, or that you are being depleted here, or that you are involved with a manipulative individual, or maybe you are even being manipulative here, or you are lacking in certain boundaries. But I feel like either you have come to this realization, or you are about to come to this realization, and from a clear and stable and balanced mind, you're recognizing and or realizing that in some way you've got to walk away from this. Whether you're walking away from the situation altogether, or you're just walking away from the position that you hold in terms of this. However it is that you are involved with this situation that is overburdening you, okay? Overall energy is the Sun. Awareness. Again, this could be associated with the air sign reading. Either you have some sort of air sign placement, particularly or specifically maybe Gemini, okay? Or you are an earth sign dealing with a Gemini, or you're a Gemini, or you're an earth sign dealing with an air sign, or you're an air sign dealing with an earth sign, and you're cross-watching for that earth sign right now, and you're resonating with this, okay? Also, the reason why I'm saying this is not only because there are a few moments in this reading in which that was confirmed, but it's being confirmed again, because one of the reasons that this air sign energy was being confirmed was that the Page of Wands came out. The Page of Wands came out for the air signs. And it was one of the central energies, main energies for the air signs. And specifically, the focus was on the Sun of this card, and how someone is acting and or moving forward because of some level of awareness that they've achieved. That is the foundation for this new form of expression, or this new pathway. And now you have the Sun again. Awareness. Okay. I feel like you have come to this realization for the most part. And if you haven't done it yet, you are doing it now. But that's what ultimately, that is the realization that you are coming to, that is influencing you to walk away from some sort of burden. All right, so let's clarify this 10 of Wands then. What's the 10 of Wands for the earth signs, please? Now we have the King of Pentacles reversed, Taurus energy. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Ooh, earth signs to the Ace of Swords upright. And the Hermit. This is causing you to really, however it is you're feeling burdened at this time, Taurus or earth signs, is really putting things into perspective for you. And I really feel like at this point, you can't even blame it on the other people. It's really not even about the other people, because ultimately you are the one that made the commitment somehow. King of Pentacles. But something about it was misaligned. Either somebody here made a commitment that they weren't able to follow through with to begin with, or you're realizing at this time, after being involved with the situation for so long, that I cannot fulfill this, or I cannot continue to go through this or go about this in this way. There's a misalignment here. And ultimately there's a realignment, or I'm sorry, realization of this misalignment, which is ultimately leading to a realignment. And it's caused you Excellent, Coco Chanel. It's caused you to have to look deeper within yourself because, like I said, with this Empress energy in reverse, either someone was being manipulative, could very well have been you, or there's a realization that you have been overgiving, that you have been overextending yourself, that you didn't have the proper boundaries in place. Ultimately, this caused you to go within and be like, whoa, who am I right now? Like, okay, they're doing whatever it is they're doing, but who am I right now? And that's the real realization right there. I like that for you, Earth signs. And I encourage you to continue to follow through with that. The understanding of that and the subsequent discovery of it moving forward, okay? Excellent. Fabulous, Earth signs. So there you have it. I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was helpful for you. Hey, there you go. But ultimately you understand, you woman, you. So boop. Problem solved, at least in terms of this situation, and mission accomplished also is what I want to say. Okay. Anyway, let's move forward. Last but not least, we're going to get into the water signs. Yes? Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Five. No, this is going to be 106. Hey, fire signs. All right. Not fire signs. I'm sorry. Hold on. No, we're gonna do that over. We're going to do that over. Hello, water signs. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. 5 shuffles. All right, that was 1. If you guys did not watch the, no, it's all good, R. If you guys did not watch the first 10 minutes of this video right before the fire signs were first. If you did not watch the first 10 minutes of this video, I highly recommend that you do that. Obviously, you can do it after you get here, but there are a little bit of collective messages or a little bit of a collective discussion. There is a little bit of a collective discussion that we had to kind of work us into the energies for this situation, all right? But water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. 2 more shuffles for the water signs. Last shuffle here. All right. What have we got going on for the water signs here? First card is the World. Makes sense, clean slate. I'm also hearing clarity for you. Somebody here may have received a level of closure. I don't necessarily feel like they've received that closure from another person. It may just have been that from the circumstances, that how they played out, you have some sort of understanding, you have some sort of closure with it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Water signs, you got a bonus card. This is all on point for what we've been talking about for the collective overall, okay? We do have the Queen of Swords for you at the bottom of the deck. Again, closure, clarity. I feel like you are at a point right now, logically speaking, mentally speaking, where you can cut the cord, or you understand what needs to be understood. And that is allowing you to close out a cycle here, water signs, and move on. Page of Wands. This came out for the air signs and the earth signs. I don't remember if it came out. I don't think it came out for the fire signs. I don't remember. But anyway, you could resonate with any one of these other messages. Shit, you could resonate with all of them. But anyway, you have the enthusiasm, I want to say, to move forward in your life now. Okay? You're no longer looking over your shoulder the way you have been. You're no longer battered and bruised. You no longer feel like you need to be defensive here. You have inspiration moving forward. Or at least what I want to say, water signs, is you know how to move forward. And then your bonus card here is the 10 of Wands. And we did just have the 10 of Wands come out for the earth signs. So maybe you have an earth water placement. But or maybe you're dealing with an earth sign, you're an earth sign dealing with a water sign. I don't know, take it as it resonates. It is a general reading, but it felt pertinent because of course 9 to the ace equals the 10. But I feel like the 10 of Wands is very representative of what came out for the earth signs in terms of how it is you have been burdened. You may be excuse me. That was icky. Okay, you may have you may have come to an understanding of how you may have been burdened. And instead of just persevering with it, 9 of Wands, you're no longer doing that anymore. Now you have some sort of direction, some sort of guidance, some sort of path you can take. And with this Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck here, this is screaming, cut the cord. You're able to cut the cord now. There's no more deliberation needed. There's no more investigation needed. It is what it is. You see it very clearly. You're ready, willing, and able to cut the cord now. Let's clarify the world for you. Clarify the world for water signs, please. 8 of Wands. Clear and open space. For some of you, you have cut the cord of some sort of negative emotional attachment. This could be a belief system in your mind, something that was holding you back, something that was holding you back, something that was blocking you. The world. Yeah, there we go. Okay, the Knight of Wands. You're definitely feeling inspired at this time. And even if it's just you are experiencing the clear and open space to move forward, having the freedom to move forward without being blocked and or restricted, that's enough to make someone excited, especially if they've been in this state for a long time. Lots of Wands energy for you, water signs. 8 of Pentacles. Knight of Cups. And that's it. Okay, overall energy is the 7 of Swords. What's coming to a completion here is a level of being stolen from, is what I want to say about that, water signs. Being depleted in your energy. Maybe someone was really, truly, like legit, literally stealing from you. Maybe you were in a position that was allowing someone to steal your energy. But ultimately, that's coming to an end. The 7 of Swords could also represent a level of maybe lacking of honesty with yourself, being dishonest with yourself about what it is you're truly feeling or how it is this situation was truly affecting you, the circumstances therein. Okay? But because this is closing out, you have the clear and open space ahead of you to move forward in a very enthusiastic and optimistic way. Hi, Andrea. To move forward in a very optimistic and enthusiastic way, feeling inspired, feeling confident, feeling gung-ho, and ready to do the work. And your heart is in it too, okay? You have the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. What I want to say about the Knight of Cups is that I feel like you are either receiving a level of emotional fulfillment that is helping to inspire you, and or it could be that you see how you could receive a level of emotional fulfillment in the future. Should you continue with this process and do the work that you're now being inspired to do because you have the clear and open and honest space, you see how you could be fulfilled in the future. There is something about your heart being in it now. Okay. I want to see why the 9 of Wands is in reverse. What's the 9 of Wands in reverse for the water signs? King of Swords, 3 of Wands. I really feel like water signs, you kind of woke up. You have woken up to the reality of how something was going, or whether or not you were going to be able to receive the return on your investment that you intended. Some of you recognized and saw clearly the path that you have been on and ultimately what this was going to deliver for you in the future should you keep up with persevering with this. and realizing that and saying to yourself, well, if I keep going down this path and then I'm going to receive X, Y, and Z. And in some cases you were saying to yourself that X, Y, and Z is not desirable. I don't want that. I don't want to be receiving that. And thus that's why you are now able to cut the cord here. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. Clarify the Nine of Wands. Reverse, please. Justice. Five of Wands is the overall energy. This situation may have resorted into infighting, like you guys just were doing nothing but fighting with each other. And there was no way out of it. There was no way around it. This could be a romantic situation and or circumstance in which you guys just could not see eye to eye. And somebody here, most likely, I want to say the Cancerian, but most likely the water sign. At least that's how it feels right now. Of course, take it as it resonates. But I am I'm doing a water sign reading, so I'm going to cater to them in this moment, just like I cater to all the other signs. But it does feel like the water sign here, or at least somebody here, there's a dominant party here that was like, let me just keep trying. We can work on this. We can work it out. We can figure this out. We can make this change. Somebody will change. This person will change. Whoop-de-whoop. I can change. Whoop-de-whoop. I don't know. But you're seeing very clearly at this point that it's not going to change. I get very distinctly that you're understanding at this point what you're seeing from an objective point of view that is allowing you to release this level of perseverance, water signs, is the fact that should you continue down this path, Nine of Wands upright, should you continue pursuing down this path, you now see from an objective point of view what this is ultimately going to deliver to you, or what it's going to continue to deliver to you. Because for some of you here, it's a very stark realization that this person or this circumstance is not going to change. Obviously, not for lack of trying on my part, or maybe even on their part, but ultimately they're not going to change. Or the situation and or circumstance is not going to change. And I know now, I realize now, or I can be honest with myself and say at this point that I don't want whatever is going to be continuing to be coming to me as a result of me trying to pursue this. And thus, I'm not going to try and persevere anymore. And boop, you have a balancing of the scales. Justice. That's right, honey. Believe it, because it's true. Okay? I don't know where that came from, but somebody was like, believe it. Believe it. Okay? So finally then, water signs, I want to clarify the Ace of Wands. And my question here is, okay, so what are you going to do about it then? Ace of Wands. Clarify the Ace of Wands for the water signs. Knight of Pentacles. You're going to do what you need to do. You're going to be prim and proper about this. You're going to be appropriate. Holy shit. Excuse me. But you have the Knight of Pentacles. This is clarifying the Ace of Wands. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You are going to do this by the book. You are going to be diligent about this. You are going to persevere. And the reason why you're going to persevere is because you see the practicality of this situation. You know why, from a balanced place, practically speaking, why this needs to happen, or why you're being guided in this direction, or why you're feeling inspired in this direction. I don't know if I said this for you or another sign, water signs, but there's a very real reason as to why you are feeling inspired by this. And it could very well be for you that you know, or you are realizing, or you're understanding that you feel so good in doing this because it's the right thing for you to do. Okay? Ace of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, and then the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Ten of Cups. Look at that. Talk about approaching this from a balanced perspective. And this balanced perspective could absolutely include you understanding what is ultimately going to make you happy, Ten of Cups, happiest, Ten of Cups, and what it is you ultimately want to achieve, what your ultimate emotional fulfillment would be, even if it's just in terms of this situation specifically. Hi, Pages. Even if you know what ultimately is going to make you happiest, and you're going after that. But there's also a level of emotional maturity here of knowing what is ultimately going to be best for the people around you or the other people that are involved with this situation. For some of you, this could be a situation in which you are literally saying to yourself, well, look, if that's what's gonna make you happy, then you need to just go ahead and do that. But I can't be involved. And it doesn't necessarily have to be dripping with ire or anything like that. It could just be a very real fact and observation. If that's what's gonna make you happy, then please, by all means, go ahead and do it. But I can't be involved. Okay, all right, Marie, I love that. Overall energy is the Two of Cups. For some of you, this could involve a specific relationship that may ultimately be breaking up, or the dynamics of it are changing. For some of you, you are walking away from, you are ending, or at least you are allowing, I love it, Pages, you are allowing a certain relationship to come to an end. Because remember, we started with the world here for you, okay? You're allowing a certain relationship and or circumstance to come to an end for the betterment of both parties involved, or at least all parties involved. But specifically speaking, I just wanted to say Gemini again. Interesting. But specifically speaking, water signs, I do feel like this is allowing some of you to be led to a new and or much better relationship. For some of you, it's allowing you to allowing you to move forward towards or achieve a relationship altogether, something that you've been wanting for a long time, but there was some sort of resistance to that you seem to be letting go of. That very well could have been the burden you were carrying here, okay? Either it was something about a specific relationship, circumstance, or it was a belief that you were holding, a resistance that you were carrying to achieving a certain type of relationship or a relationship altogether as a whole. Okay. That's what I've got for you, water signs. Well, that's what they're here for, Marie. I hate to say it, but, and it's not like they're trying to come for us, but they're just, hey, they're reading you accurately, okay? So that's what I've got for you guys. I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. All right, y'all. I'm gonna pack it in. Thank you so much for tuning in to this session. I hope this resonated with you. I hope this was helpful for you. If you'd like to get a personal reading with me, I am available for that. Check the information in the description box below, skis. Yes? All right. I love you guys so very much. And I hope you have a fantastic evening. I hope you have a fantastic full moon, partial solar eclipse experience. I hope it doesn't drain you too much. If you do need to take a break and get some rest, I highly encourage you to do so. Yeah? I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here. And I look forward to connecting with you again. Look at, you see, I need to shave. I'm getting old, you guys. Somebody, okay, wait, I think it was in the last live stream that I did. Who was it? I don't remember. But someone was like, come on, you can't be, you're in your 20s, aren't you? No, guys. No. Okay, wait, we've done this before, but just for shits and giggles, how old do you guys think I am? Like, how old do I look to you? Minus the grays. Don't don't mind the grays. This is such a tangent, such a sidebar. Just for shits and giggles. I'm interested in seeing what you guys say. Gross. (26 to 27), okay. Early 30s max. You would have guessed younger, but you found out we were around the same age years ago. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? I mean, Pages, you're close. I love doing this. This is so funny because people get so shocked. Black don't crack, honey. I know that's right. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that I'm 35. I'm gonna be 40 soon, you guys. Like 5 more years and I'm gonna be 40. It's kind of exciting. But anyway, I don't even know why. Oh, because I was saying, don't mind the grays. Okay, anyway, I love you guys so much. I'm gonna pack it in. Hey! Oh my God, 40 Club. Yes, Pages. Yes, Pages. I love it. I'm actually very excited. I was very happy to turn 30. I'm kind of excited to turn 40, but hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I love you guys. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, right? But I will see you soon. Yes? Bye.